debate. I want to bring in Republican Congressman Doug Collins of Georgia, who's at the Republican retreat in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. We want to talk about a couple of topics that I know are close to your heart, Congressman. Thank you for being with us. First of all, my thoughts are with you and your colleagues. Have you started seeing your colleagues arrive?
They have not yet, but I do want to say for those that's involved in this, I started receiving phone calls right after it happened and texts, and I've been in touch with members on the bus and on the train at the time. And it's just a tragic event. It's something that our prayers are with those, especially the family, the ones who've lost their life and are seriously injured, and also all that was involved. It's just a tough time to start this retreat. But
yeah, it is. All right. Well, we wish you the best on getting some productive work done. Let's talk about immigration. It was really one of the points in the speech, one of the few points of the speech where the president got negative reaction from certainly the Democrats in the chamber because of the connections he made to the visa lottery and chain migration that didn't actually seem to ring true. Ultimately, I think we have broad agreement on the idea that we want good immigrants in this country. We want to keep bad people out. We want to have lots of border security. But there's a danger of conflating the two things, visa lottery with terrorist attacks. And it's the kind of thing that could hold back real immigration reform.
Well, I think what the president was saying, he made his point. He made the point about the issues that he did last night with the attacks, and he did put those in perspective of what you have just talked about. But I think the bigger picture we have to look at here is that the overall immigration program, whether it be not only those who have come across maybe over our southern border or border security, but really about half of the ones who are here illegally came on a visa that we gave them. They're here legally, and we said, and then they just decided to overstay. There's so many different issues, but I think what the president was doing was making a point that we needed security, we needed a good system that is being fixed. But I think also what he did is he went back to the 4 points that he wants to see fixed, and that many other members of Congress, in addition to the DACA fix that has been coming on. This was just one part of his message last night. He also talked about, economy, and also talked about prison reform. So I think these are all parts of what he's just trying to do.
Well, you and I have talked about prison reform. That is another one of those areas that has broad bipartisan support. We incarcerate too many people in this country. That's a sentencing problem. We don't really do the things in prison that can help these people reintegrate in society. The president has shared this view that this needs to be fixed. What does a fix look like, and when and where might that happen?
Well, hopefully it's going to happen very soon. We were pleased to see the president last night talk about reintegrating folks back into society. Look, you and I have talked about this before. This is a money and moral issue. This is about people who have made a mistake many times. They're trying to get their life back, but many times the way our prison system, our federal prison system operates, they don't operate on scientific evidence on how we make sure that recidivism is down. What our bill does, the Redemption Act, is begins the process from the time they go into prison, working a plan, putting the tools in place so that they can find the skills that they need, whether it be issues of mental health or drug addiction or skills gaps in their learning or capabilities, so that they can then begin to make a progress report that gets them out to a workplace, to a halfway house, so that we can get them reintegrated. If we're simply putting them in jail and leaving them there, we're getting nothing in return at the end. And this is why I think the president understands this. I've had long conversations with the White House, and we're hopeful this is going to come on in the next few months as we look forward to actually making a difference in people's lives. And I think that's what the president was trying to say last night. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody can make a mistake, but when they come out, we want to make sure that they have the tools and the skills to do that. We've seen it work in states. Now we're trying to put that same evidence and scientific-based approach to work in the federal prison.
There are some states in which the biggest providers of mental health treatment are the prisons, and there's something wrong with that system if that's the case. Congressman, I appreciate the continued conversation on this, and of course, once we got something on the books, you and I are going to talk a lot more of it. Congressman Doug Collins, Vice Chair of the House Republican Conference. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Thanks so much. Pleasure to be with you.